there have been a lot of fighters who have helped to put Kazakhstan on the UFC map. Let us see what Bekzat Almakhan can do. He's won 8 consecutive fights. He's 11-1. Some discrepancies with his record this week, as high as maybe 17 or 14-1. Essentially, the Kazakh national sport, Zhek has some rule restrictions when it comes to certain things. So several of the wins were taken off the pro record, but no denying the striking acumen, and we will see what he can do against one of the best at 135 pounds.
Yeah, listen, talk about coming in at the deep end against Umar Nurmagomedov. But when you speak to Bekzat Almakhan, he's excited by that. He's not daunted by it. He said, this is what I want. If I beat Umar Nurmagomedov, I am right up there. Now listen, he has the experience already. If we go off 17-1, that's a tremendous record. He's a lifelong martial artist. We've seen the rise of Kazakhstan as a nation on the global scene of mixed martial arts, and this man plans on being the next big name to represent there. He can do it all. He's got good submissions, excellent kicks. Watch out for the left high kick, DC.
You know, this guy is a tremendous striker, and when we were speaking to him, you could tell that he has such a great head on his shoulders because he recognizes the opportunity right in front of him. He said he never questioned whether or not he would take this fight. People want to get in the UFC, and they're willing to do whatever to do that. But this guy truly believes that he can win, and if he wins, he feels he's elite as elite comes. I asked him, I said, what have you done to prepare for the rest of Umar? He goes, I know he can strike. I didn't do much wrestling. He said, but I know this dude don't want these hands.
I said, what do you think about this matchup with Umar? He said, I don't think. My job is to train and to fight. My manager thinks for me. I mean, this man is dialed in.
All right, it is all in front of Bekzat Almakhan as he now awaits Umar Nurmagomedov. It just feels big when this man makes the walk. Enter the number 13 ranked UFC bantamweight contender, Umar Nurmagomedov. 5th UFC appearance in a UFC career that dates to 2021. And DC, your former teammate at the American Kickboxing Academy, back on the proving ground tonight. The fans are excited.
Yeah, fans are excited. And you know, Umar was here cornering a few weeks ago, and I said, how's training? How have you been? He goes, I'm well prepared. He goes, I was ready to fight anyone. He said, not many of these guys want to fight me because I'm ranked behind them. He goes, I will not do the same thing. I'll fight anybody, anytime. And when you possess the skills that Umar Nurmagomedov has, why wouldn't you, as he hugs Javier Mendez there? He is as good a wrestler as the rest of those guys. But he has something different. He has great striking. And it's not just basic. He's very flexible. His kicks are hit. The guy's really, really good. And he was scheduled to fight Marab. So that tells you the confidence that this man possesses before he hurt himself.
Scheduled to fight Marab, closing in on a title fight, but yet happy to welcome an absolute newcomer. That speaks to the confidence of this young man.
All right, huge fight here at bantamweight is now upon us. The undefeated Umar Nurmagomedov, a minus 1,200 betting favorite tonight. He is 28, taking on the short notice UFC newcomer, 26-year-old Bekzat Almakhan out of Kazakhstan. Nurmagomedov 1 inch taller. He will have a 1 inch advantage in reach as well. All right, now for the particulars, we go back inside the octagon where we find Joe Martinez.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go with the next fight tonight. 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. His background is in karate. At 5 feet 7 inches tall, he weighed in officially 136 pounds. In 12 fights, his record stands at 11 victories with 1 defeat. Fighting out of Almaty, Kazakhstan, here is the Turan warrior, Bekzat Almakhan. And across the octagon, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. At 5 feet 8 inches tall, this mixed martial artist also weighed in at the limit 136 pounds. In 16 fights, he stands perfect with 16 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Kyzyl, Russia, here is the undefeated Umar Nurmagomedov. And your referee in charge is Mark Goddard.
As good as there is in the business, Mark Goddard will handle the refereeing for this fight. He'll also handle the heavyweight main event. Red De La Cruz in the building. Thank you, Red. Umar Nurmagomedov, returning for the first time since a knockout of Raoni Barcelos in January of 2023. Nurmagomedov is in white. Almakhan counters in blue.
And what a knockout that was, John. Nurmagomedov even, jumped in the air. I think it was a flying knee attempt. That didn't connect. The right hand didn't connect, but the left hook did. Put him to sleep.
There are myriad reasons why Umar Nurmagomedov is one of the more avoided guys in this bantamweight division as Almakhan lands a body kick. When we asked him about it, he said, we're training like...
Wow! Almakhan landed a nasty left hand, a right hand. Umar's on a single leg, but he's on that single leg because he was rocked bad.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful finish, though. Oh, man, did you see the finish? That was nasty. Did you see that finish?
That's why you got to be well-rounded like this and have that kind of ability, because other people, this fight could have been over there. He was rocked badly.
When I say finish, I mean finish on the single leg.
No, I know.
Right? He's down on the single leg. He goes into the middle, what we call an Iranian. You usually will pick an opponent up on your shoulders, but instead, he just peeked his head out to the opposite side and then sat Almakhan down. Now look, Nurmagomedov is still trying to shake off the cobwebs here. But trust me when I tell you this, he won't play the striking game with Almakhan again after what just happened.
He almost paid the ultimate price. I said it a second ago. You know, I mean, it's a courageous move of Umar Nurmagomedov to take this opponent. He's doing big things, 16-0, closing in on a title fight, takes on the newcomer with a massive reputation outside of the UFC. He could blow it all, and he almost did. And now it's time to get back in the driver's seat.
Almakhan expected this fight would go the distance. He certainly expected Nurmagomedov to wrestle, getting a heavy dose of that here 2 minutes in.
And I think that's the, you know, you expect him to wrestle, but I think the wrestling comes in part due to his ultimate respect. After Almakhan could do what Almakhan just did, you respect him enough to play the safe game now, if you're Umar Nurmagomedov.
Well, when we spoke to Umar this week, he's just locked in and it's just second nature. If he's rocked, he goes for a takedown, because he said, we dominate in everything we do. We're not being cocky about that. He said, we're not out partying, we're not socializing. He said, we just train like robots. We do what we are told, we train like crazy, and you can see the results in that. He gets clipped with a shot, instant reaction, boom, grab a single leg, put him down. There's no thought process involved.
7 career wins by submission for Umar Nurmagomedov. The last 6 have come by rear naked choke. Working off the back here. About 2 minutes to go, round 1.
Yeah, for Almakhan, he's in a pretty bad position. It's a body triangle. Nurmagomedov needs to get that right leg past. Oh, he's opened it now. That was an opportunity for Almakhan to escape.
Well, he's trying to hook his arm with his right leg. He's trying to hook the right leg, the arm with his leg, to try to stop Almakhan from fighting with his right arm. Almakhan's doing a really good job of wrist fighting from his back. Now what he needs to do is stop, change the position. He can't be flat over the top of Umar Nurmagomedov. He's got to find a way to slide off to one side and then start to try to rotate back into Nurmagomedov.
A second ago, Nurmagomedov had his feet crossed, which is a big no-no. There's actually a submission available to Almakhan. Very, very basic one as well.
So he's trying to hook the arm there.
Yeah. Nicely done.
In this position here, generally you get an underhook, and you're able to kind of hike that thing up and get away from your opponent. But right now what Nurmagomedov is doing is creating so much pressure down that even though Almakhan has the underhook, he cannot move. You know, I saw a quote this week from Dana that said Dustin Poirier said he was freaking out because of the way Habib was holding him down.
Yes.
That strength, right? It's something that these guys do in their grappling that really does give their opponents issues.
Oh, nice elbow from Nurmagomedov.
Almakhan needs to take some chances. He's got to get his feet on the hips to try to push Nurmagomedov off of him. Nurmagomedov is far too comfortable operating inside of his guard like this.
There's another big elbow. 20 seconds. If I'm Almakhan, I'm going to try and tie him up now. The round's over. Reset in the second. look for that big right hand again.
Nice short elbow there by Nurmagomedov late in the round. All mixed martial arts rounds begin on the feet. We'll get you round 2 after this.
When it hurts you, don't run into you. How's your head? Keep the distance, keep your distance. Rest as well. Please keep doing your things right.
Work everything. Don't rush nothing, but just work everything, okay? But I want him on the ground again.
Use your jab as a team.
Saturday, March 16th, Tai Tuivasa locks up with Marcin Tybura in a high-stakes matchup of ranked heavyweights from this same venue, the UFC Apex 6-fight main card. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern. That is 2 weeks from tonight, after next week's card in Miami, Florida. All right, round 2.
So the corner of Almakhan saying, stay away from him. No, it's not that easy. They're like, just stay away. Just
Well,
stay away.
especially if he hurts him, right? They say when you hurt him, don't rush. Because that's what kind of got him into trouble last time. He rushed, thinking he was on the verge of a finish. But I don't know if I agree. I think that he didn't recognize how hurt he had him. And so he got close to him and he ended up getting his leg caught.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure, but they're just talking about the fear of the takedown, because obviously he got taken down, and then that was it. He didn't get back up. He did nothing offensively. Nice kick from Nurmagomedov. Feints the level change there. Tell you what though, Almakhan is dangerous on
He
the feet.
throws hard.
Yeah.
Almakhan throws hard.
He's got Nurmagomedov on notice again. Oh, see, that was perfect.
That was
John,
nice.
that was just to set up the takedown. That was executed perfectly.
And into the crackdown position, got to the high crotch, cracked him down to his hip, started to force his pressure off to his left, and now he's into the half guard.
We're going to run back that knockdown from round 1 in case any of you missed it. It was the early shot from Almakhan.
He hurt him bad. He caught him on the temple.
But how about the recoverability and the wherewithal by Nurmagomedov to immediately get his head back in the fight?
Look at that finish, John. Watch here. Oh, man, he turned it off.
Oh,
These dudes.
DC's devastated.
These dudes don't want to show the
I
takedown.
want to watch slow motion takedowns that I've seen before.
I love wrestling, man.
So, Daniel, if you are Almakhan here, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get to my hip, right? Like right there. He's got the right under him. I'm trying to get to my left hip. But what he's doing is allowing Nurmagomedov to control the near side.
Nice, that's good work.
He elevated into him. That was just an explosion.
Takes top.
Great job by Almakhan exploding.
Very good job. Touch and go on whether or not that was a legal kick. I mean, that was risky.
Sometimes you gotta just get desperate. Here's the deal. When you do those big explosions, they generally will work. But how many times? Again, look at that. High crotch, sit him back down to his hip.
Almakhan didn't find the takedown with urgency there. He didn't try and throw him off. Didn't try and use a whizzer. But right now he's flat on his back. He's got to get up again.
Well, he's gotta do something.
Get up.
Now he's gotta do something technically sound. Because if he tries to explode again, now that Nurmagomedov has felt it, he's gonna be ready for it.
Now Nurmagomedov is in mount. 2 minutes left on the clock. He's going to gift wrap him up, chip away with elbows.
And I think this, see, he tried to explode again. But I think this is where the opponents get discouraged. Because Almakhan had a moment in the first round. But then Nurmagomedov got a takedown, and he just continues to build in the cardio and the pace and the pressure.
Yeah, he's building now.
Yeah.
He's building now.
Umar really opening up here.
Oh, look at this, though. I mean, that's incredible from Almakhan. Gotta respect that. Taking massive blows.
Yep.
Just gets up.
Almakhan's got to let his hands go. Yeah, he can't wait. He cannot wait. The moment he stops and waits, Nurmagomedov is going to shoot on him.
That's a quick shot, man.
That's lightning.
Almakhan's going to have to be a little desperate now when he gets to his feet because he has to recognize that the moment he stops moving, Nurmagomedov's shot is coming. And he cannot defend it. Now, the one thing Umar needs to do from this top position, because he's gotten there a couple times, is he's got to get his hips down so that Almakhan does not have the ability to bridge up into him.
Oh, these are big ground strikes. Under a minute to go, round two.
They really are, and I think we've got to give Almakhan a lot of credit here.
Yeah.
Being able to make this fight so exciting, almost being finished on a couple of occasions, getting back to the feet, turning it around, and forcing Nurmagomedov to have to take him down again. And as I said now, almost back up again.
Yeah, but now I don't know that him just bucking up into him is going to be what gets him off the bottom. He's going to have to collect the wrist. He's going to have to get to a hip. But watching this, right, John, watching a guy in Almakhan who is bold and who's brave and he stepped up, but watching how he starts to get overwhelmed tells you why the guys in front of Nurmagomedov don't want to fight.
Sure. Very fair. Almakhan, game as hell, but all Umar Nurmagomedov when it comes to the ground game. Round 3 coming up.
Sit down. Sit down. Put some ice on. Okay, listen. How you feel? Okay. I want father's plan, all right? Nothing but father's plan, all right? You got it? You did beautiful that round. Can you give me the same thing again? Yes, you can, right? We gotta do the same thing, okay? This is the only chance to stand up. We don't give them that, okay? We don't give them that. We keep our distance. We look for the takedowns. We take them down.
Five minutes. You're gonna hurt him on the feet. Keep your distance when you're closer. Use your right hand.
We are just 2 days away from the launch of a new ESPN MMA show, Daniel Cormier, Chael Sonnen, Good Guy, Bad Guy. Watch on YouTube, ESPN2 Plus, and listen wherever you get your podcasts, DC and Chael. It all begins this Monday. Don't miss it. So Bekzat Almakhan, in all likelihood, would have been featured on Dana White's Contender Series this summer, stepping up and facing Umar Nurmagomedov. We'll see how he handles this third and final round.
And listen, he's got to be proud of himself. Umar Nurmagomedov, of course, with that last name, the undefeated record, closing in on a title fight. You take this man on your UFC debut, you make it to round 3, and you're making it an interesting fight as well.
Yeah. Straight to the body lands for Almakhan. Javier Mendez between rounds does not want to engage in this realm at all.
Yeah, he said, listen, take him down, he's dangerous on the feet, the path of least resistance.
And Umar acknowledged as much in our fighter meeting, right? He said, it's MMA, I'm gonna fight him where I'm better. Level change incoming.
There it is, right down again. I mean, just every time he gets the head outside single leg, he just moves his feet to set Almakhan down. Almakhan's got an overtie to try to keep him in place.
You see that? Nurmagomedov tying his personal best 5 takedowns secured thus far. Couple of strong elbows there from Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, they're nasty little elbows. They don't look like much. They will cut you wide open, they will sting you, they will concuss you. Oh, that was a good one.
So an early momentary scare for Umar Nurmagomedov tonight as a minus 1,200 favorite, but he has handled things exceedingly well since.
Ooh, that big clubbing left hand from Nurmagomedov.
Almakhan trying to leverage a hip, unable to.
That's a good idea. That's what he's going to do. Do that and then try and pull his right leg out, get back to his feet, build a base, get on your hand or your wrist to post, to start working your way up.
You see how Nurmagomedov splits his legs. It only gives you one out, is to go to your knees. Almakhan took it and now he got flattened out. It's all a setup. You split the legs. Don't allow them to turn back towards you. Give them one out. That out is to their back. You end up the top. And now he's sitting on the legs in that three-quarter mount.
Under 2 minutes now to go as Umar Nurmagomedov tries to improve to 17-0. And how about the ground strike volume and success? Wow.
That's a lot of ground strikes.
You know, for all the performances that we have seen from Umar to this point, this is one of the better ones because you saw him deal with adversity.
Yeah.
Right? Generally, he has been dominant over the course of these fights. He dealt with the adversity, stuck to his game plan, and he really has dominated this fight over a very game and tough Almakhan.
Well, it shows that whilst you can give it, you can also take it. Of course, he's got the striking, he's got the wrestling, he's got the record, he's undefeated, he's got the last name, but he's also got, you know, the ability to get rocked, stick with the game plan, turn it all around, and still get the victory. Granted, still 55 seconds left, but I do strongly feel like we're trending that way.
I can't imagine he would allow for Almakhan to get to his feet, and that seems like the place that Almakhan has a chance.
Oh, that's a big elbow. Nurmagomedov adding to his significant strike total there. No overstating how valuable this experience will be for Almakhan moving forward.
Yeah.
Umar Nurmagomedov just way too much.
Well, Johnny told us in the fighter meeting, he said, win or lose, I'm ready to fight anyone because he believes that Nurmagomedov is the best fighter in the division.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, he said there's a reason he has been avoided by other ranked fighters. Umar Nurmagomedov at his suffocating best tonight. And in all likelihood, he will be moving on to 17-0. And with a major fight later.